Atlanta, over half of sellers just slashed their prices in August. Yep, more than 1 in 2. The market is shifting, and whether you're buying or selling, these changes could mean thousands of dollars from your bottom line. So stick around because I'm breaking down what these shocking stats mean for you in the fourth quarter of 2025. Hey, welcome back, Atlanta. I'm Alex Worrell, your local real estate guide. Here's the big picture. Our market is rebalancing. It's less of a frenzy and more of a strategic game, which means opportunities if you play it right. And let's talk rates. Mortgage rates are sitting in the low to mid 6% range right now for a 30-year fixed loan. That's way better than the 7% plus that we saw earlier this year, and it directly impacts how much you can afford each month. So let's dig into what numbers are saying. Buyers, the winds are shifting in your favor. More homes, more choices. Inventory is up big, 23% more single-family homes and 33% more condos and townhomes than last year. Remember when you had to fight tooth and nail for that house? Now it's like a buffet just opened. You actually get to choose. In early 2022, I had a buyer who joked about the fact that they put an offer on anything with 4 walls. They weren't even picky about whether the roof was leaking. Homes taking longer to sell is definitely a contributing factor. The average home is sitting for 41 days before selling, and for the condos, even longer at 63 days. Translation, you have more time to think, tour homes, and make confident decisions instead of just rushing into the biggest purchase of your life. I remember showing a home in 2023 where we had 15 minutes, yes, 15 minutes to run through, FaceTime the spouse, write the offer, and pray that the offer would get accepted. It felt like a speed dating event for houses. Now, you actually get to sit down, breathe, and decide whether the kitchen worked for you or if that shag carpet really needs to go. Sellers are motivated. Here's the stats that blew me away. 51% of single-family homes and 57% of condos slashed prices in August. Nearly 7 out of 10 sellers are offering concessions. Yes, closing costs, you name it, buying down the rate. $8,000 on average for single family homes and $6,000 for condos. That's real money on the table. If you could negotiate $8,000 back in closing costs, what would you do with that money? And prices, they are stabilizing. Median prices are holding flat for single family homes at $460,000, keeping in mind this is the average across the whole metro Atlanta market. Surprisingly, condos are up slightly at $370,000, which mainly has to do with townhomes because the condo, like garden level condo market is as quiet as I've seen it since like 2011, 2012. Now, what does that mean for you? That means less frantic bidding wars and more negotiation room. So buyers are clearly gaining leverage, but sellers, don't panic. This market can still work in your favor if you play it right. Let me show you how. Strategy is your superpower. Now, sellers, let's be real. The days of a guaranteed bidding war on day one, pretty much gone. If you want to win in this market, strategy is everything. It's a chess game, not a sprint. Closed sales are down year over year. You can still sell, but it takes a smarter game plan. Here's the question. Would you rather sell quickly for a good price or end up as the house that everyone drives by saying, wow, that's still sitting on the market? In other words, price right from day one, please. This is very important. With half of sellers already slashing prices, overpricing will cost you time and money. Price competitively up front and you'll attract serious buyers faster. I once had a seller insist on pricing their home for $100,000 over comps because they had a good feeling and they personally designed the renovations. Now, hey, props to you for doing all that hard work, and I totally understand why you would want to get every penny out of that property. But 3 weeks later, that good feeling turned into a price cut, which turned into a price cut, which turned into a price cut. My advice, don't chase unicorns. Price it right the first time and you won't have to chase the market down. Presentation is everything. Buyers have choices now. The staged well, photograph, curb appeal, ready homes are the ones selling. Your home needs to be Instagram ready to compete. I walked into a listing last month where the seller left the giant cardboard cutout of The Rock in the living room. Great motivation, not so great for home staging. Let's just say buyers couldn't focus on the granite countertops versus The Rock staring at them the whole time. Moral of the story, declutter everything, even if it means Dwayne Johnson has to go in storage for a little while. Be ready to negotiate. Nearly 7 out of 10 sellers are offering concessions. Sweeteners like covering closing costs or buying down a buyer's rate can make all the difference in why someone chooses your home versus the one down the street. Would you rather lose a buyer over a small incentive or close the deal? That's the real question. Now, another thing that you should go in prepared for is expecting a longer shelf life on that house. Homes are taking longer to sell, so patience and a proactive marketing plan will carry you through, as well as finding an agent who actually does feedback and tells you everything that's happening with the property while it's actively marketed. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So here's the bottom line. Atlanta's housing market is rebalancing, and it has been rebalancing over the past 2 years as interest rates have risen. Buyers finally have choices, more time, and more leverage. Now, sellers can still win big, but only with smart pricing. And considering how much you've earned over the past 3 years through COVID, you're still usually in a very profitable position selling currently in this market, even if it doesn't sell for that premium price that the last house sold for 6 months ago. Only with smart pricing, strong presentation, and flexibility will that property really move the best it can. The data is clear. What worked in 2021 won't necessarily work now. I also just want to say and point out that the market is very finicky right now. So this information does not apply to everyone because some markets still are actually getting multiple bids and they're just totally different than others. If you have specific questions about your home and you are considering moving into the market, give me a call and let me do an analysis and give you direct feedback on what would actually happen just based on market averages and statistics for your specific neighborhood. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, share this video with someone thinking about making a move, and subscribe for more Atlanta real estate updates. Hey, I'm Alex again with the World Team, your Atlanta real estate guide, and I'll see you next time.